can see. Let me try to hear from my friend. Okay, so members, let's leave that aside. Let's just come back to what we are going to learn. Let's leave that aside. I hope that we have understood what I was trying to say here. Let's have the opening prayer from Clever. Clever, please, you open for us with the prayers. Clever. Clever. What I was trying to say here.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, give us the opening prayer.
Oh Lord, loving Master, we thank you. Oh Lord, loving Master, we thank you. We cannot take it for granted because some people have died. Who are we that we are still alive, oh Lord? We dedicate this lesson to you, oh Lord. Protect us. Let us understand each and everything Tonny teaches us. I've prayed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Clever. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Okay, so that has been a very wonderful prayer. Thanking God for our life, that we are still alive up to now. Many have died, but at least you find that God has spared us and has given us this opportunity to meet again, has given us this opportunity at least to again continue with our learning. So this is very good. So members, as you can see my screen, this is a program that we are conducting online, which is organized by Christian School Owners Association, and it is being sponsored by Edify Uganda. ETAO is implementing, that is the ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. So we are able to reach you people, and this afternoon we are going to learn mathematics, primary 6. This is our second lesson for this week. At least we had a lesson on Monday, and also today we are going to have another lesson. So today is Thursday, 9th September 2021. My name is Tonny Akenya. I teach mathematics and science. You can find my contact is there in case you want to inquire anything or something you want to know. My contact is there, and even my email is there. All the numbers are on WhatsApp. For those who like using WhatsApp, all the numbers are on WhatsApp. So thank you so much, members. Now, before we continue with what we are supposed to look at right now, I want us to at least do 1 or 2 numbers on the exercise that I gave you last time. But before we do that, somebody can just remind us on what was the topic, what did we learn, okay? What was that we learned on Monday in primary 6? Okay, do I have any child who is ready to give us what we learned on Monday? Yes. Okay, yes, I have here Blessing. Yes, Blessing, what did we learn? Yes, Blessing.
Finding perimeter of a square when area is given.
Okay, finding perimeter of a square when area is given. It is what we looked at last time, whereby we are supposed to find the perimeter of a square, but in this case they give you the area. So I gave you some numbers for you to do. Maybe let me just try to display the number. And then we only look at maybe one number, just one number is enough. And I think we are going to go and look at this one number, which is enough. So in this case, we had talked about some of the steps. If you read the questions, those steps are mentioned in question A and question B. So how do we find the perimeter of a square when they have given us the area of that square? So in this case, you can look at number one. Number one, they are saying the area of a square garden is 144 square centimeters. Find the length of its sides. So that means they have given you the area of this square garden, but they have not given you the length of its sides. And yet part B, they are telling you to find the perimeter. So this is what we discussed last time. Okay, so I don't know whether Deborah or Mary is willing to do for us this number one, and then we continue. Mary, are you able to explain how we are going to find this number one? Mary, part A. Mary?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so look at number one and tell us how we are going to find part A.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
we are going to first find the side, then we are going to say S times S equals area. And then we say S squared equals 144 centimeters squared.
Okay, so let me write your square like this, and also here 144. Okay, yes.
And we are going to find out the square root. We are going to say we write the symbol of the square root. We put S squared. We say it is equals. Now we put the square, the symbol of the square root. We put 144 centimeters squared. Now we are going to factorize 144 centimeters squared. By 2,
44 by 2 is
144 divided by 2, we are going to get 72. Now 72 divided by 2, we are going to get 36. 36 divided by 2, we are going to get 18. 18 divided by 2, we are going to get 9. Now 2, it cannot be divisible by 9. We go by 3. 3 divided by 9, we are going to get 3. Now 3 divided by 3, we are going to get 1. Now we go again and we find the square root. We are going to say S equals, we find the square root, the symbol of the square root. Two times 2. Again times 2. Again times 2. Times 3. Then times 3. Squared.
So here you are going to group
now we can.
Okay, go ahead.
Put the bracket. We put the brackets in the whole, even that one. Yes. Now we are going to see in each bracket, we are going to cancel one number. We cancel 2 here, then another 2. Yes. And 3. And we cancel 3, then we multiply it again. 3. Now we are going to say that 2 times 4, we are going to get 4. Times 3. Then we say x equals 12. That means our side is 12. That is the answer.
It's just 12 centimeters. Okay, so that is good. Now, how do we get the perimeter now? Continue.
The perimeter, we are going to say that perimeter equals side plus side plus side plus side 4 times. Then we say perimeter equals, we open the bracket, we say 12 centimeters plus 12 centimeters plus 12 centimeters plus 12 centimeters. Now we say perimeter equals, we are going to add the 12 plus 12, we are going to get 24. Again, we add the other 12 plus this 12 also, we are going to get 24 centimeters. And we say perimeter equals 48 centimeters. That is the answer.
Okay, thank you, my daughters.
You're welcome.
You have really explained very well. I wish everyone is like Mary and Deborah. You can imagine how they have explained better than even a teacher. So thank you so much. May God bless you. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. We shall involve you in many questions. You have participated very well. So members, let's be learning from our friends. If our friends are explaining very well like this, then let's also get up and explain very well. So members, this is what we looked at last time. So you can see that they have given you the area. So what they did was to look for the side first. So after getting the side as 12, then they came and used that 12 to find the perimeter. Okay, so that is what we learned last time. So now we are going to go back and look at now what we are supposed to learn today. So other numbers, you also do the same. Other numbers, you are supposed to do the same, just like the way Mary and Deborah has done it. So let's go back and also now look at what we are going to learn. So this is what we are going to learn today. Our topic is still the same. We are still looking at length, mass, and capacity. It is a bit wide. It is a bit wide, and we really need not to skip. We have to go step by step so that it helps us to cover almost everything. So now, this afternoon, we are going to be finding area of the shaded parts of rectangles. So they are going to be giving us rectangles. For example, let me just try to draw for you something here. So we are going to be meeting questions like this. Okay, they can draw for us rectangle like this. And then also another rectangle inside. And here they will be shading some of the part. For example, they can shade this, they can shade this, they can shade this. I'm trying to shade. Okay, so they can shade all. Now you can see that the bigger rectangle, that bigger rectangle, inside there is a smaller rectangle. Now, when you look at the bigger rectangle, some part is shaded. but what is put inside there is not shaded. So we are going to be finding this area of the shaded part. So in this case, they can maybe say this is 8 centimeters, that the length of the outer rectangle is 8. The width of the outer rectangle is 6. So then inside here also there is a rectangle which is not shaded. So in this one, they can maybe say this is 4, and maybe the width is 2 centimeters. And then there they asked you to find area of the shaded part. So in this case, we are supposed to first of all find area of the bigger, which is the outer rectangle. After finding area of the outer rectangle, we shall be able to find again area of the inner rectangle, the one which is inside. Then finally, we shall subtract, because the one which is inside is not shaded, we shall subtract it from the one which is outside. Then there, the remaining area will be the one which is shaded. So that is what we are going to be discussing this afternoon. I've set 2 different questions on the shaded part. So you really need to understand both of the questions, how they come. Let's look at example number 1. This is our example number 1. This is our example number 1. The question is saying, find the area of the shaded part in the rectangle below. Where is the rectangle? There comes the rectangle. So when you look at this rectangle, which they are saying you find its area, you can see that there is a bigger rectangle sitting outside. But inside that bigger rectangle, there is a smaller rectangle inside. So the rectangle which is inside, it is not shaded. So now they want you to get the area of this shaded part here. The outside part here is shaded. So let's look at the length of the rectangle. Okay, so you can see the length of the inside rectangle is 6, and the width of the outside rectangle is, the width of the outside rectangle here is 9. Another one, So you can see the width of the inner rectangle, the rectangle which is inside, its width is 4 centimeters. Okay, let me again check. Yeah, there we have again the length of the bigger rectangle. From here to here is 10 centimeters. Then from here to here is 9 centimeters. Now, when I get the area of this using this length of 10 and the width of 9, that means I'm getting the area of this big rectangle. But in this big rectangle, some part is not shaded. There is inside there which is not shaded. So this inside part is not shaded. So now the question is asking us to find area of this shaded part. So how do we get the area of the shaded part? Let me try to explain to my children first. Now, the first thing we are going to be doing in the question like this, we should first of all get the area of the bigger rectangle, which we are calling it the outer rectangle. Okay, let me find area of outer rectangle. So the area of the outer rectangle, we are going to say it is length times width. Okay, so that is length times width. So in this case, what is our length? What is the length of the outer rectangle? Do we have any other person? Okay, Maureen, what's the length of the outer rectangle? Maureen? Okay.
10
Maureen,
centimeters.
it is?
10 centimeters. 10 centimeters.
It is 10 centimeters. How about the width?
9 centimeters.
The width is 9 centimeters. So when we find that, very good, Tempo. Tempo, I don't, even the boys, I don't. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, members. Okay. Yes, yes. So the area of the outer rectangle, we are going to multiply length times width. Now these people were saying that the length of the outer rectangle is 10. So therefore, we are going to say 10 times 9. We are going to multiply 10 times 9. So it is 10 centimeters times 9 centimeters. So when I multiply, what do I get? Okay, let me try to hear from some few of you. What is 9 times 10? This is something very simple. What is 9 times 10? Okay, do I have some people?
90 centimeters.
90
It is-
centimeters.
90 centimeters.
90
90
centimeters.
centimeters.
Aha.
90 centimeters.
Square.
90 centimeters.
Okay, so it is 90 centimeters, but you are missing to say something, because centimeters times centimeters become square centimeters. So most of you are only saying 90 centimeters. It is supposed to be 90 centimeter squared or 90 square centimeters. So this is the area of the bigger rectangle, the rectangle which is big here. But now in this case, the question is talking of area of the shaded part. This is what we should understand here properly. Area of the shaded part. So here the word is shaded, and this is the shaded part, this one. Okay, this part is the shaded part. This one where I'm trying to repeat, this one is the shaded part. Now, if you look at 90 centimeters is for all, including even the unshaded part. 90 centimeters squared is for all, because this one here covers all. 90 centimeters square covers all. But now some part of that 90 centimeters squared is not shaded. So let us first get the area of the part which is not shaded. So area of the part which is not shaded, also that part is a rectangle. So we should get it. And I've called it the inner rectangle, the inside rectangle. So let's find the area of the inside rectangle. Area of inner rectangle. So in this case, when we get the area of the inner rectangle here, that inner rectangle is not shaded. So since it is also a rectangle, we are going to say it is length times width. I hope you are able to follow me, members. Let me hope people are following me. Let me hope people are following me. Are you trying to follow me, members?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So members, here we are going to get the area of unshaded part. That unshaded part is inside. That's why I've called it area of inner rectangle here. So now the length, what is the length of that inside rectangle? What is its length? Okay, can I hear from some of you? What is the inner length of the rectangle? Yes, William.
6 centimeters.
It is 6 centimeters. So we are going to say 6 centimeters times the width is
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters. So when we multiply 6 centimeters times 4 centimeters, what do we get?
24 square centimeters.
There we get 24 squared centimeters. Now, that means from the 90 centimeters squared, 24 centimeters squared is not shaded. Are you getting that?
Yes.
That inside part is not shaded. So we need to remove it from 90 in order to get the shaded part. So in this case now, we are going to say area of the shaded part now. So area of the shaded part will be area of the outer rectangle minus area of the inner rectangle. But in this case, I've now just said it in summary by saying that area of the outer rectangle is 90. 90 minus 24. 24 is the inner rectangle, area of the inner rectangle. So what is 24 minus 90?
66.
66. Okay. Okay, that is the answer. 66 squared centimeters. So members, that is how we calculate area of the shaded part. But because we are in P6, I want to take you to another question. You see, sometimes they can ask you a question and then they may not give you the length of the inner rectangle. They may not give you the width of the inner rectangle. That is the question where I want to take you in number 2. But before we go to number 2, please, if you have not got number 1, because number 2 is going to be somehow different from this one. Have we understood number 1?
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you, my friend.
Very well.
Okay, thank
I've
you, my
understood
friend.
number 1.
Now let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2 and look at how they set for us number 2. Number 2 is a bit, it needs understanding. Number 2, we need to think. We need to comprehend number 2 properly. When we go there, we need to comprehend it properly. Okay, so let me try to take you there to number 2 and see what teacher Tony has organized. So this is what makes you be in P in primary 6. Okay, that's the question. The question is coming. The question is saying, okay, the question is saying, I don't know how to read. Let me get my friend Esther to read for me. Esther, can you read that question?
Find the area of the shaded part in the triangle below.
Is that the word triangle?
Find the area of the shaded part in the rectangle below.
Thank you. Now, my children, before I involve you, I need to explain this properly. So in this question, if you look at it, let me first put the length of the outer rectangle and the width of the outer rectangle. The width is 7. What about the length is 14. Now, my question here is to ask you, what is the length of the inner rectangle? Do we have the length of the inner rectangle? Do we have the width of the inner rectangle? Members?
No.
There are people are saying no. So that is what I want. That is what I want. So many of you are saying we don't have. Now, how about these 2? How about this 2 centimeters? I'm seeing 2 centimeters. I'm seeing 3 centimeters. I'm seeing 1 centimeter. What are those ones? What are those? Are those not the length? Are those not the width? What are they? Anyone to try?
Yes.
What are those ones?
Length.
They're the length. Oh, yes. Now, let me just not involve all of you. Let me try to just have one by one to give me, yes. Okay, so let me get Male, Leviticus, Male. Male, can you come on and we interpret this diagram properly?
Yes, please, teacher.
Good, my friend. You are always quick in answering. Now, Male, when you look at the outer rectangle, what is the length of the outer rectangle?
14 centimeters.
And what is the width of the outer rectangle?
7 centimeters.
Now, when we go to inside the rectangle, have they given us the length?
Yes.
What is the length?
2 centimeters.
Are you sure? Look at where they have put 2 centimeters. You see this black line here? This black line standing like this. That black line is only saying the distance from this point. Let me try to get some pointer here. Let me try to get some pointer here. The black line is saying the distance from this point to this point is 2 centimeters. Even this side, it is saying the distance from here to here is 3 centimeters. Now also here, they are saying the distance from here to the bigger rectangle. So they are only giving the distance that from the bigger rectangle to reach this inside the rectangle, there is 2 centimeters. Then here they are saying from down here to reach the inside the rectangle is 1 centimeter. So this 1 centimeter and these 2 centimeters, they are not the length or width. They are not. And then also these 3 and these 2, they are also not the length or width of that rectangle. But they are very important there. They are very, very important there. For you to find the length of the inside rectangle and the width of the inside rectangle, you will be able to use these figures that they have given you. This one, this one, this one, and this one will be able to give you the length and the width. So my learners, I want to explain that one also, and allow me to explain very, very slowly. But the way I want to begin explaining is, since they are telling me to get the area of the shaded part, of course I know area of the shaded part is supposed to be area of the outer rectangle minus area of the inner rectangle, according to this diagram, because the inner rectangle here is not shaded. So therefore, let me begin by getting area of the outer rectangle. Okay, let me begin by getting area of the outer rectangle. So area of the outer rectangle is equals to, of course, finding area, we all know. When I talk about area, class, how do we find area of a rectangle? Okay, class, how do we find area of a rectangle?
Length times width.
Length times width.
Very good. So there you find that we are going to say length times width. Now in this case, the length of the outer rectangle from here up to, I hope you can see my red pointer. Okay, from here up to there is 14 centimeters. So there I'm going to say 14 centimeters times 7 centimeters. So I multiply 14 times 7. Maybe someone can tell us what is 14 times 7? What is 14 times 7? So 14 times 7 there will give us the area. Yes, David, what is 14 times 7? David? David, what is 14 times 7? Alex? Okay, I have realized that some of you, they put their phones there, their computer there. Maybe you have even run to the to the kitchen already to look for food, and yet you are learning. Yes, David, I was asking you, what is 14 times 7? That will give us the area of all these.
98 centimeters.
98
centimeters.
98 centimeters squared. Yes. So we have got the area of the outer rectangle. Now the task is, this question is a broader question. It is a big question.
98 centimeters squared.
Yes, we have already got that. Yes, we have already got that. Now,
98.
yes, we have,
98
I
centimeters
see Eric, Eric is
98 centimeters squared.
98.
The admin because somebody is abusing me.
okay. I see somebody.
Using the admin.
Yeah, there is somebody who has used the admin. I don't know whether that is my admin, Eric. And also they have put him to be the co-host. It is always not good for you to use, and he's putting up the, okay, let me hear from him. Yes, admin Eric, you can come on. Your arm is up, admin. Yes.
So let's just continue.
Let us just continue. Okay. Okay. So yes, we are going to continue. But why do you name yourself using my admin? Are you the one? Or you are using his phone? Okay, so the good thing he has given us a go ahead that let us just continue. So, but next time, please, you need to rename yourself according to your name. Okay, so now having got the area of the outer rectangle, now we have the task of getting the area of the inner rectangle. So the inner rectangle is not shaded. When we get its area, we shall remove it from 98. We shall subtract it from 98. But now, our main task is to find the length of that rectangle and to find the width of that rectangle. My learners, our main task is to find the length. What is the length of this rectangle and what is the width of the rectangle? Is there anyone who can interpret that question? Is there anyone who can interpret that question? To find the length, let me first put it there. Length of inner rectangle. How am I going to get the length of the inner rectangle? Do I have some people? Do I have some people? Aguti, Gloria, do you have idea of getting the length of the inner rectangle? Aguti, my friend Gloria. My friend Gloria, do you have any idea? Let me lower your hands. If you put up your hands, it means you have the idea and you are going to help us. Okay, now I have Elizabeth who has already put up the hand first. Yes, Elizabeth, do you have any idea of getting the length of the inner rectangle?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what is the idea?
We get 7 centimeters.
Good. We are talking of the length. The length should be 14. We should get 14 centimeters.
Oh. We get 14 centimeters. Minus 5 centimeters.
Minus
5 centimeters.
5 centimeters. So the 5 centimeters you have got from here. Let me draw this line. Members, you see this line where the girl has got the 5 centimeters from. So when I look at this, here is already 3 and here is already 2. So now in the middle here is not there. So the girl added 2 plus 3, not so?
Yes.
The girl added 2 plus 3 to get the length. Okay, so what is now 14? 14 minus the 5.
9.
Okay, there it is 9 centimeters. Aha, good. So now our task again, you have got the length of the inner rectangle. We need to get also the length, the width of the inner rectangle. So how about the width? I want someone else to answer that. Width of inner
Rectangle.
Elizabeth, can we give opportunity to another person?
Okay.
Yeah, you have at least given them the idea now, how they can find the width now. You have given them a very good idea here. Okay, so let me get someone else. Who is this one who is coming to get for us? Okay, so I'm again going to use this technique. And if you are the first, then I pick you. Oh, there are very many who are the first now. Let me do this. Who is the first person to come up and say, teacher, I can give you? Okay, so thank you. Hector, can you give us, how are we going to get the width? Hector? Murunji, Hector, please. My children, you leave me to call you very many times. Bridget, can you come on? Bridget?
Yes, teacher.
How are we going to get, look at the way Elizabeth got the width, the length of the inner rectangle. He placed these two and these three, they are running towards length. They are running horizontal, and it gives the length. So how about the width?
Teacher, I'm not hearing you.
Now what I'm saying, how are we going to get the width of the inner rectangle? This is the width. How are we going to get it? This one. Yes?
7.
Yes, it's 7. 7 is for the bigger rectangle. Minus?
Minus 2 plus 3.
They are running down, they are horizontally. They are running down, there is 2 and 1. Yes, 2 plus 1, good. Okay, so that is 7 minus 7, 3 we get?
4.
We get 4.
4 centimeters.
Very good. So members, this is very good. Now we now know the area of this. I mean, we now know the length of this as 9 centimeters. We now know the width as 4 centimeters. So now let's get its area now, so that we can be able to get the area of the part. So here now let's get area of inner rectangle. Area of inner rectangle. So so the task was to get the length, which we got it, and was also to get the width, which we got it. So now what is the length now? What is the area now? What is the area now? Okay, so who is coming now to finish the thing now? Edith, can you come on now? Edith, what is going to be the area now? Edith, are you there? Your microphone is on, but you are not talking. Edith? Okay, so let me try to ask someone else. There are many people here like Martha. Martha, yes, Martha. Area of the inner rectangle now, Martha.
Length times width.
So there now we can say length times width. So what is the length now? What is the length?
9 centimeters.
The length now is 9 centimeters times what is the width?
4 centimeters.
The width now is 4 centimeters. So what is the answer now? Nine centimeters times 4 centimeters. What do you get? Edith, are you still there? How about king? Yes, king, tempo. Tempo king. 9 times 4.
36. 36 centimeters squared.
36 square centimeters. Now, okay, thank you for your participation. So members, you can realize that now we have the area of the bigger rectangle, and also now we have the area of this unshaded part. So now how do we now get the area of the shaded part, which they have asked us to find? How do we now get the area of? Yes, members, can I hear from few of you? How do we get now the area of the shaded part?
Area of outer rectangle minus area of inner rectangle.
Very good. So my girl was very, very clear by saying area of outer rectangle minus area of inner rectangle. So that is how you will find. So let me now put a clear working. Let me now put a clear working. This has been what you were discussing, and I hope people followed it very well. I can remove it so that we can have that working now. Okay, so this is what those of Elizabeth, Edith, those who participated, this is what they have been doing. The length of the inner rectangle, they said 14. Should be 14. Okay, so it is 14 minus 5. Okay, 14 minus 5. Okay, I don't know why that one came like that. 14 minus 5, we get there 9. Then the area, the width of the inner rectangle is 7 minus 3. So here we have 2 plus 1, which we get 3. So when we take away, we shall get that. So now here we are finding, we are using 9, sorry. Here we are using 9, and here we are getting 36, which we have got. So here we have 98 minus 30, minus 36. So what is 98 minus 36? Can I hear from some few of you? 98 minus 36, members? What is 98 minus 36?
62 centimeters.
62 centimeters square.
Okay, so there we get 62 squared centimeters. Okay, very good. So that is how we are supposed to find out area of the inner rectangle. So since we have got the length, as 9 centimeters, the width as 4 centimeters. That's why we are multiplying to get the area. We are still on our shape there. Then we go ahead and get 36 squared centimeter. So now to get the area of the shaded part, it will be area of the bigger rectangle, which is 98 minus 36. Okay, so there we get 62 squared centimeters. So members, this is how you are going to, you need to really read this question and understand. Okay, so have we followed that? Have we followed that also?
No.
Yes.
No,
some people have not followed. Some people have not followed, some people have followed. Okay, but still we have another number which is similar to this one that we have been doing. We have another number which is similar to this one which we have been doing. So if you have not followed that number, then be very keen on the number that we are going to do right now. Okay, so our number 3 is what we are going to do right now. So you need to be very clean.
Teacher, you're too fast.
I'm too fast, eh?
Yes.
But the number was done by our friend like Edith, Elizabeth, they were very fast.
But me, I was doing work and then you brought the others.
No, the work, don't copy the work.
And
don't
I can't, but I can't go in my Google Classroom.
What is wrong with your Google Classroom?
Teacher,
I tried.
You tried and it's not working, eh?
Yes.
You can't see the work, teacher.
Okay, at the end of this lesson, when I finish this number, which we are going to, some of you who cannot access the work in Google Classroom, you remain behind so that I take you through how you can find the work, eh?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you.
Remain, when we finish this, try to
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so let's try to look at number 3. When we finish number 3 and we are all okay, then you will be able to, I will be able to take you how you can find work in the Google Classroom. I will be able to show you how you can find work in the Google Classroom. So don't worry, let's not copy this, because if we are to wait for you to draw the diagram, wait for you to copy, we may take more than 1 hour, and yet we have only 1 hour. Okay, members, I hope you are clear there. Those who are saying I'm too fast, they have not copied the work. Am I clear there?
Yes.
Okay.
You're very clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving me a go ahead. So let's go to this number 3, which is our discussion question. It is the question we are going to discuss. They are saying, study the figure below and answer the questions. Study the figure below and answer the question. So if you study this figure carefully, you realize that, let me get a pointer here. You realize that the distance from this length here to reach this one inside is 1 centimeter. Okay, let me go and check another one. The width of this rectangle is 12 centimeter. The outer rectangle has its width as 12. But now its width inside the inner rectangle, its width is not given. Let me see this. What about the length? Okay, what about the length? Oh, so there the length is 18. So members, this is the diagram which they are telling us to study. Members, are you studying the diagram carefully?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's go and look at the question which they are asking us to discuss. What is the first question? This is the first question. This is the first question. The first question, since we are discussing together, anybody can come up and give the view. Give us, let's try Jacob. Yes, Jacob, can you come on and discuss with us that part A? Okay, let me try another person. Harriet.
Yes.
I didn't work out this because I said
18 18 centimeter times 12 centimeter. These people are so. Teacher, we can't hear you.
Okay, are you now able to hear me?
Yes, I was still saying 8
Yes.
centimeter, 18 centimeter times.
But my friend, when you are answering question in mathematics, Harriet, are you Harriet?
Yes.
So when you're answering question, you start with the method. What is the method of finding area of a rectangle? You start with it. Can you start with the method? By saying area is equals to, what's the method? It's what? It's length times width. Because they have asked you area of the outer rectangle. So the area of the outer rectangle, you just go ahead and say length times width, because I can see, okay, I can see the length is there, I can see the width. So that is, let's go to Lena, because Harriet, I think your network is not good. Can we go to Lena to also come on with the discussion? Lena? Lena, can you come on?
Yeah,
also? Yes, Lena. Yes, Lena. Harriet, are you still there? So that I go back to you, but you people, you are quiet. Why? Let's go to Francis. Mary. Yes, Mary, Francis. Oh, are you just fearing my question? But that is not so hard. That is not so hard. Maybe Dora. Yes, Dora. Come and complete.
Teacher, I had raised up my hand because I wanted to tell you that I'm not seeing the work.
Hey, you're not seeing the work?
Yes.
Let me try to ask whether other people are also not seeing, then the problem will be on my side. But when others are seeing, then we shall not know now where the problem is. Members, are you able to see the work on your screen?
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Can see.
Now,
No.
so other members can see, others cannot see.
Can't see the work.
Let me try to stop sharing and then come again. Let me try to stop it and then come again. But of course, our time is running. Now there. Are you able to see? That was Dora. Let me now come back and ask Dora again. Okay, Dora, are you now seeing?
Yes, teacher, now I can see.
Can you now tell us how do we get the area of the outer part?
Area equals length times width.
Okay, so what is the length of the outer part?
18 centimeters.
So I say 18 centimeters times
12 centimeters.
12 centimeters, 18 centimeters times 12 centimeters. Okay, so since there are 2 digits number, can we try to write it vertically?
Yes.
Okay, let me write it vertically like this. 18 times 12. You can multiply now.
2 times 8, 16.
You write?
6 and carry 1.
Okay.
2 times 1 equals 2 plus 1.
Equals?
3.
Okay, that is good.
Then 1 times 8 equals 8. Write it under 3.
Very good.
1 times 1 equals 1. Then we add 6 plus 0 equals 6.
Okay, there is 0 here equals 6. Good.
3 plus 8 equals 11.
Yes, continue.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
Okay, so what is the area now?
Area equals 216 centimeters squared.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me write your squared. Okay, so thank you, my friend.
Welcome.
Okay, I like these people who are participating very well. So this is very good. Now, members, that's the first question. That is the first question. Now, I don't want to go the other side to ask the second question. Let me just ask you what the second question is saying. Okay, because it is on the next slide, but I want us to be on the diagram. The second question is saying, find the length and the width of the inner rectangle. That is what part B is saying. Members, part B is saying, find, let me write it. This is what part B is saying. And I hope you people, you are able to find what part B is telling us. Part B is saying, find the length and the width of the inner rectangle. Part B, let me write it here. I'm trying to write part B here. It is on the next slide, but I want us to use the diagram. So let's just give ourselves like 5 minutes to work out this. Find the length and the width of the inner rectangle, Okay, so this is the question. It is for our discussion. So let me have some people who are going to give us the answers for this. This is for our discussion. Do we have some people who are ready to find the length and the width? Let me see those whose hands are up. Yes, can we find the length and the width? So for those who did not follow, I hope now here you can follow. Okay, there is Kiden. Yes, Kiden, can you come on? Kiden?
Length is equal to?
Let me try to write it here. Okay, for length, we are beginning with the length. Okay, yeah, it's okay. You can go ahead.
18 centimeters minus 3 plus 2 centimeters.
3 plus 2. Let me put 3 plus 2 in bracket and say centimeters. Good. Then it is 18 centimeters minus what?
5 centimeters.
Minus 5 centimeters. So what do we get as our length of the inner rectangle?
13 centimeters.
There we get 13 centimeters. Thank you. So can we, the question is asking you to find length and width. So you find width also.
Width is equal to
Okay, width
12.
is equals to
12 centimeters minus 1 plus 1 centimeters.
1 plus 1.
12 centimeters minus 2 centimeters.
Okay, so 12 minus 2, what do we get?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. Very good. Okay, so thank you, my friend. You have got your answer very well. Now, there are those ones who say that is Esther Kiden. That is very good. Thank you, Esther. So members, so far, our discussion is moving on well. Let me listen from some of you. Have you understood how we got the area of the outer rectangle?
Yes,
and
teacher.
area of the inner rectangle?
Yes, teacher.
Now, the next question is, this is the next question. The next question is, find the area of the inner rectangle. That's the next question. Find the area of the inner. Please, let's just give ourselves some few minutes so that we can be able to discuss this question and we stop there. Find the area of the inner rectangle. Now, our friend Kiden has already got for us the length of the inner rectangle and the width. So now, can someone come and just say, find the area of the inner rectangle? Who is able to find for us the area? Nimrod? Nimrod, can you come on? Nimrod?
Yes, teacher.
Can you now find for us the area of the inner rectangle?
Area is equal to length times width.
Okay, area is equals to length, let me write in short form, times width. Yes?
13 centimeters times 10 centimeters.
13 centimeters times 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters.
Okay, what do you get?
130 centimeters squared.
130 centimeter squared. Very good. So you can see that when you already know the length and you already know the width, it is now not hard for you to find the area. Now, the last question that we may not now do it, but I will just ask someone to tell us how to do it. The last question can be, find area of the shaded part. This can be the last question. Find, or they can use the word calculate. Calculate the area of the shaded part of the above rectangle. So this is now the last question. So members, area equals to, in this case,
Area of shaded part is equal to area of outer rectangle minus area of inner rectangle.
Area of outer rectangle
Minus area of inner rectangle.
minus area
Of inner rectangle.
of inner.
Rectangle.
So what is the area of outer rectangle?
200.
So there we shall
100.
have 216
16 centimeters squared
centimeters squared
minus
minus
130 centimeters squared.
30 centimeters squared. You subtract it and tell us.
Okay.
Let me write your squared here. Let me write your squared here so that you can subtract. So I wanted to use a space here, but our work will be too squeezed.
86 centimeters squared.
Okay, you have got 86. You have got 86 centimeter squared. Very good. So that is our area of the shaded part. So members, this is what I organized for you today. And I hope you have learned something today. So
yes,
this is where we are going to stop. I really appreciate you for attending the lesson.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much, everybody who attended this lesson. Thank you. Thank you. May God bless you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you,